And your eye up. Good. Okay. So today we're going to look at the proper leg position with Alyssa and Raisin, and then we're going to go over the exercises that we're going to do today. So Alyssa, I'll have you come step up here. First, I'm going to give her just a stirrup leather to hang on to, because we're going to use that for our exercise later. Okay, so the proper leg position is heel, a straight line from heels and hip. We want the toe to be above the heel, so heel should be below the stirrup iron. And we want that to be our base of support. And that's what I talked about in the vlog. Now the calf should lie against the side, not squeezing, but just gently fit around the horse's side. The exercises we're going to work on today are actually going to be about stretching the heel down and getting that base of support. There should be some weight in the stirrup itself to keep the foot in place. You shouldn't have to feel like you're pressing down or stomping down into it, but it should rest easily in the stirrup iron. Now, if you feel that you're fishing with your toes, you probably need to shorten your stirrups. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is just have Alyssa walk back and forth over top of the poles, and we're going to have her stand straight up in her stirrups. No 2 points, so you can use your finger. Okay? And I'm going to get you to stand straight up. Okay.
Like,
literally,
like that?
Yeah, and stretch your hips like that. And you can use your stirrup leather for balance if you like. So you're going to head over, once you sit back down, and you're going to head over the 3 poles, stop, come back, over 3 poles, except for you need 1 bit. Good, so there you got tipped a little forward. Don't be afraid to use the stirrup leather, that's for what it's for. Good, and then stop, sit, turn on the forehand the other way, leg way far back. Good, good. Trying to cross your rein across the neck rather they're up in front of you, right? Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay, so this time you're going to do the same thing. Make sure your hands stay by the stirrup leather, yep, and even so that you're not pulling the nose back and forth. And okay, so here we have Amber in slow motion showing us as a beginner what exercise we've done. You can see how much lower her heels are and that she's putting all of her weight into her stirrups. Her eye is up and she's using her neck strap for balance. And we don't expect you to ride like this all the time, but it is actually just to stretch down the heel. Okay, here we have Crystal, who is going to show us this at the walk again, where we're stretching tall, stepping down into our heels. I'd really like to see her just a touch straighter forward, but you can see she's balancing, trying to keep those heels underneath her hip so that she stays balanced. Here you can see one of our littlest riders doing the same exercise. You can see what happens is the legs tend to get out in front of them when they try to put their heel down. So one of the things you do want to make sure is that you do keep your heel underneath your hip. So next we're actually just going to show you the second exercise of the 3. And what we're looking to do is have riders ride without their stirrups. And we are having them keep their toe up and their heel down. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help them balance, finding the deepest part of the saddle. We want to keep them still in line and, still in line, their hips still in line with their heel and not reliant on the stirrups. Now, with a beginner rider, you can do this at the walk. With a more advanced rider, you can do this at the trot. Next up, I'm going to have... Okay, here we have Lena doing the no stirrup exercise at the trot, trying not to pull, trying to allow and keeping those toes up. This exercise is really about having riders find their own balance and getting to the deepest part of the saddle. So here you can see Nicole, and we're going to do the same thing. She's going to balance on her seat with her toes up and her heels down. She gets a little offset off balance in this video. She gets a little handsy, but you'll see that improves as she goes back. And she still doesn't panic, even though the horse is tossing her head. She just stays with it, stays calm, and that's kind of one of the really important things about when you ride without stirrups is not to panic when you feel a little bit off balance. And you can see stretching your toes up, moving your seat, deepest part of their saddle. Alright, so our third exercise of the 3 is where I'm actually going to put gloves underneath the calf of the rider, so to make them aware of when their leg is on and when it isn't, so that they're not pinching at their knee. This isn't an exercise that you want to, do all the time. You don't want the rider to feel like they have to hold something there all the time. It's really just about creating awareness, because as you know, body awareness is important to riders, and knowing where their body is and just making them aware of when it is that they bend to their knee, because that's when the glove will drop. These gloves are quite thick, so it's not like I'm putting little pieces of thin. I would use a cloth, a folded cloth, not something super thin. And it's also just, making them aware of really where the calf is. A lot of the riders that did this exercise, and all of them did it this week, talked to me about, their hips were more open, that they would definitely feel that. So that's obviously something they haven't been doing in the past, is keeping those calves there lightly. So it's a good exercise that you can go ahead and try at home. So to review, the 3 exercises are really to create a base of support for the rider. It's also to give the rider a bit of balance. The 3 exercises is standing in the stirrups creates the heels down. The no stirrup work gets you in the deepest part of your saddle. And the gloves behind the calves make you aware of when your calf is on or when your knee is on. And those are really 3 things that can help you improve your base of support, whether that's in the posting trot or in the canter or over fences. It's really important that riders, we have a good base of support so we can have good and have our own balance. That's what gives us a competitive advantage against other riders. So thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe.